Welcome back. In this lesson, we'll continue to explore how negotiation mistakes can have an impact on your desired results. I will guide you through 15 of the most painful mistakes we all make. Number 1. No preparation. Too often, individuals or organizations rush into negotiations without proper planning. While preparation is the key driver of success in any negotiation. Taking a prepared seat at the negotiation table gives power, confidence, and creative solution thinking. Before you start any negotiation, make sure you understand your position, but also the position of your negotiation counterpart. The more rigorous you are in preparing a detailed, specific understanding of your negotiation counterpart and their perspective, the better your negotiated results will be. Number 2. Getting straight to the business. Always remember, it's not the company that decides to agree or disagree to a deal, people do. Many procurement managers forget that to get things done, you need to adapt to what works and what does not for the person on the other side of the table. Make a connection. People who feel trusted and comfortable will behave more generously at the deal table. Listen instead of talking, and pay attention to the non-verbal communication of your counterpart to achieve insights into what works and what not. Number 3. Not having an endless list of gives and takes. Make sure you have an endless list of gives and takes. If you do not have this clear, you'll never get the best results. So, focus before every meeting on what is most important for the person's company that I'm negotiating with. Make a long list with variables that are important for both you and the company you are negotiating with. The more variables on your list, the better. Rank them before you start negotiating in importance for you and for your counterpart. The best deals are created when you exchange the variables with a low value to you and high value for the other, versus the ones with a higher value to you and low for the other ones. Number 4. Not understanding the influence of cultural background on negotiations. Understanding culture falls within the preparation stage of negotiation and is very important for identifying benefits and potential mistakes. Understanding how negotiations are established and managed in certain cultures will help any negotiator around the globe get better results. Number 5. Competing instead of collaborating. Assuming that a win-lose is the only option. Negotiations that end up in a win-lose situation are rarely the ones that build a sustainable model between companies and persons. Approaching negotiations with a win-lose mentality without exploring the possibilities raised by other interests will lead you to miss out on valuable opportunities. Remember, there are always opportunities to build relationships in negotiations. Building trust to openness and transparency is the way to come to a solution that best suits both parties. To state in negotiation language, both parties can have a piece of the pie, but working together can make the pie bigger. Number 6. Talking too much. Talking too much is a surefire way to kill a deal. Silence is a great tactic to diffuse emotion and people with a temper. Generally, people are uncomfortable with silence. People feel they have to fill it, and usually what they fill it with weakens their position. Use this knowledge in your advantage in negotiations. Most people can't stand silence and are the first to fill it, very often with an extra concession. Silence also allows you thinking time, enables you to gain or regain position, and puts pressure on the other party. Number 7. Letting emotion impact your judgment. Multiple studies have shown that negotiations that start with anger or confrontation have poor outcomes. Emotions have a nasty habit of undermining negotiation skills and clouding judgment. Remind yourself to stay objective and get the opinions of those who are not emotionally attached to the deal before you make a decision you might regret. Number 8. Thinking something is non-negotiable. Everything in life and any deal is negotiable. When you are aware of the fact that the terms for anything can be changed in your favor, a world of opportunity awaits for you. Of course, there will be rules with respect to every deal, but, however, Even rules are negotiable. They can be modified if you simply propose a solution to eliminate rules you don't like. Number 9. Bluffing and lying. Credibility is one of the most valuable assets you have as a negotiator. One of the quickest ways to lose it is to make threats that you don't have the authority or conviction to make happen. Another way to destroy your credibility is by lying and making promises you can't or won't keep. Number 10. Being too eager to close the deal fast. Almost at a deal, don't close. Consider adding one important new variable to the deal table in the final phase. Do not relax. Keep your endless list of gives and takes up to date during the ongoing negotiation process. Because why? In most negotiations, the moment to achieve unexpected results is in the final phase, where a logical psychological process ensures that people are more likely to give away things more quickly. Remember, there's no such thing as a fair deal, but there are many new variables to include in the final stage of the process towards a deal. Purchase volume rebates, lump sums and growth bonuses are excellent examples. Number 11. Forgetting that walking away is an option. Too many negotiations take unnecessarily long because of the absence of decision makers at the table. Always ask yourself the question before you start any conversation: is my counterpart able to make decisions and to say yes to my proposals? If the answer is no, don't even start and walk away. Number 12. Not negotiating with decision makers. There's no point in running a negotiation if the people around the table don't have the authority to make the decision or to agree to a deal. If you have the feeling that your negotiation counterpart does not have any authority to close a deal with you, directly stop the negotiation. Number 13. Asking for more than you need. The team of procurement tactics has the belief that opening a negotiation with an extreme first offer is not only very ineffective, it can also make you look very disrespectful to the other side. If they don't laugh at your offer and have the negotiation directly stopped, you will have to make a larger concessions to bring your demands back to reality. That will weaken your credibility and your position. Number 14. Not asking for what you want. There's one key truth in negotiations. You must ask for what you want. Sounds simple enough, but in practice it can often be daunting. Negotiators naturally fear rejection or were taught not to be greedy as children. However, in business, rejection is never personal. It's a reflection that you did not present a good argument why you should want what you want. It's the deal they are rejecting, not you as a person. So keep emotions in check and recalibrate your approach. The only way to master the art of rejection is to get rejected and keep asking. When negotiating, make it a priority to ask for exactly what you want. Most of the time, you will either receive what you want or get an acceptable alternative. Number 15. Signing the contract without reading it. Before you sign on the dotted line, it's imperative that you read what you are signing, regardless of the length of the wrap-up of your deal. Make sure to read any agreement or contract in full to ensure you are not confirming terms that you will regret and cannot undo. And that's a wrap on possible negotiation mistakes. In this lesson, you have learned that awareness of all mistakes is half of the solution. The first step in successfully negotiating with a party that is making mistakes is to use the situation directly to your advantage.